I don't know about you, but in my first years of scalping, I wasn't seeing the results I wanted. The whole scalping process was exciting at the beginning of the day and frustrating at the end of it. Today I want to share how I managed to improve my scalping process, how to identify your weaknesses, what to avoid, and how to develop a solid plan and execute it with discipline. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, and stick around for the full video. When I started scalping, I've read about the 10 pips per day strategy, a scalping or day trading strategy that aims to achieve a profit of 10 pips per day. May seem like a reasonable and achievable goal, but it's important to consider the potential risks and limitations of such strategy. Targeting just 10 pips a day is not a good approach for trading if you're a beginner. First, consider the limited profit potential. A profit of 10 pips per day may not be sufficient to achieve meaningful returns, especially if you are trading with a small account balance, which is the case for most beginners. Also, while the goal of the strategy is to achieve a small profit each day, there is the risk that you could have significant losses if the market moves against you. This can be especially problematic if you are using high leverage. Remember, for a trade to make sense from a risk-to-reward perspective, you would need the reward to be at least double the amount you risk. This means you are working with a stop loss between 5 to 10 pips. Is your strategy really that accurate? Random price spikes of 5 to 10 pips are pretty common, just saying. Not to mention the lack of flexibility of such strategy. A strategy that aims to achieve a fixed number of pips each day may not allow for flexibility in adapting to changing market conditions. So no, achieving a profit of 10 pips per day is not an effective or sustainable approach, at least not for a beginner. Let me ask you, what do you consider your strategy is better at? Anticipating direction or timing the market? If you followed my previous advice and wrote all your trades in a journal, you have your answer. Direction refers to anticipating whether the market will go up or down, while timing the market refers to the ability to correctly find safe areas when to enter or exit a trade. Well, in scalping, timing the market is more important than direction, because even if you correctly predict the direction of the market, if you enter or exit a trade at the wrong time, you can still lose money. If you can correctly anticipate the direction of the market and enter during pullbacks, maybe at the VWAP line or at the fib retracement, you will be able to sell it at a higher price later, even if the market turns against you several pips. On the other hand, if you enter this trade at the wrong time, for example, you're buying here when this swing high is broken, you will be stopped out, even if the market eventually goes up. It doesn't matter you anticipated the direction, your timing was bad, and you lost money. A trader who is able to time the market correctly knows how to use stop losses and take profit orders to limit their losses and secure a part of their gains. But if your strategy is more focused on direction, you won't be able to time the market correctly, and you may end up holding on to losing positions for too long or missing out on potential gains. So I would say that in scalping, timing the market is more important than anticipating direction. If your strategy is good at predicting direction, but is not that capable of generating accurate time signals, try it on higher time frames. You will be surprised to find out how many strategies fail on lower time frames but are performing better when swing trading. Buying day trading signals or copying the trades of other traders, also known as mirror trading or social trading, is getting more and more exposure, but I'm strongly against it. Mirror trading can be problematic for several reasons. First is the lack of understanding. When you copy the trades of others, you may not fully understand the reasoning behind the trade or the market conditions that led to the trade being made. Without this understanding, you may not be able to make informed decisions for managing the trade. Also, you have no control over your own trades. When you copy the trades of others, you are essentially giving up control of your own trades. You will be dependent on the other trader's knowledge, experience, and decision making, which can lead to losses if their trading strategy is not well suited to your own risk tolerance and trading goals. Social trading platforms typically require you to replicate trades exactly as they are made by the trader you are following. If a trade doesn't suit your risk tolerance, you may not be able to adjust it. Mirror trading or social trading hinders your growth as a trader. Instead of copying the trades taken by other person, it's better to have full control over your account and be responsible for your own trades. So I've talked in previous videos about stop-loss hunting, market manipulation practices, and smart money traps against retail traders. And I've read quite a few comments saying that not using a stop-loss is a good way to protect yourself against those practices. But this is not the case, and again, I'm strongly against it. Despite the existence of those traps, there are many reasons why you should still use stop-loss orders, even if you're scalping and not planning to stay too long on the market. First, you must always keep in mind the main role of a stop-loss order. It helps you control the amount of potential losses and ensures that you are not risking more than you can afford to lose. Emotional discipline is another aspect. In scalping, without a stop-loss order, you will become emotionally attached to a losing trade, and you'll end up holding it for too long. And you already know that this will lead to further losses. Even if the stop-loss orders are hunted by big players, it's still a good practice to have them in place. Using wider stop-loss orders with a lower position size will be a better way to protect your trade. A wider stop allows room for volatility. When the market is volatile, it can be prone to large price fluctuations that could trigger a small stop-loss order. By using a wider stop-loss, you can give the market more room to move and reduce the likelihood of your stop-loss being triggered prematurely. By using wider stop-losses, you can also better adapt to the market conditions and adjust the position of your stop-loss accordingly. At the same time, this reduces emotional influence. You will feel more comfortable entering and holding on to a trade, as you will have a higher level of protection against those practices. If you're scalping and you increased your stop to 20 pips for example, and the market reached that level, it's obvious your judgment and analysis were wrong that time, and it's time to find another trade. A blind spot is an area of your scalping process that you are not fully aware of or that you tend to overlook. You must be very sincere with yourself, be aware of your own behavior, and take steps to address any issue that you identify. Maybe you need to work on your emotional bias. Many scalpers let their fear or greed affect their process. To identify this blind spot, you can keep a trading journal where you record your emotions before and after each trade. This will allow you to recognize patterns in your behavior and take steps to manage your emotions more effectively. Maybe there's a lack of discipline. Many scalpers struggle to stick to their trading plan, which can lead to impulsive decisions. To fix this, maybe you can track your performance over time and compare it to your plan. If you notice that you are constantly deviating from your plan, it may be a sign that you lack discipline. Over-reliance on indicators could be another blind spot. Some traders rely too heavily on indicators, which can lead to poor and delayed decision-making. Not tracking the performance could be another blind spot. Many scalpers don't track the performance of their trades. Without a proper tracking system, You won't know which of your trades are working and which are not, and you are more likely to make the same mistakes again and again. These are just a few examples, but every trader is unique, so you might have other blind spots that are specific to your trading strategy or personality. Scalping is maybe the most demanding trading style, and if something is not working right, you better take proactive steps to address any issues that you identify. Exiting trades too early is something I struggle with on a regular basis. This is one of the most difficult trading mistakes to overcome. When you're scalping, there are several scenarios that repeat every day. You're closing a trade at break-even because of your fear of losing money, only to watch a large portion of these trades become winners. Or you're closing a trade for a small profit of 3 or 4 pips, but well before your planned profit target, because you fear the market will reverse, only to watch the trade go on to hit your initial target, and more. Or you're exiting a trade at a partial loss, for whatever reason you can come up with, before your stop loss is reached, only to watch the trade go on to be a winner. The most common reason scalpers and traders in general exit trades too early is that they simply don't really know what they're doing. They are trading with real money before actually having developed the concept of what their overall trading approach is and how to properly function in the market. If you have this problem of exiting too early, you need to let the market show you if you were right or wrong. By letting the market take you out of your trades, you are trading in line with the market and not fighting it or trying to control it. This is the right way to manage a trade exit. You cannot know which trades will be big winners, but by letting the market take you out, you will position yourself to take advantage of big moves when they occur. Catching big moves in the market is how big money are made, not by taking tiny, emotional winners. You have no idea where the market will go once your trade is live. Once you have provided a stop loss for the trade that is located at a point on the chart that would logically nullify your trade idea if the price reaches it, and an appropriate take profit, your job is done. Don't be swayed by the quick intraday price movements and tempted to close the trade out early just because the emotions are getting the better of you. Self-doubt was one of my biggest struggles when I was scalping in my first years. It's a lack of confidence in your own abilities, knowledge, and strategies. It can manifest in a number of ways, such as second-guessing your trade decisions, questioning the accuracy of your analysis, or hesitating to take action when an opportunity arises. Self-doubt will have a negative impact on your performance by causing indecision and many missed trades. It can lead to a lack of consistency in your approach. There are some warning signs to be aware of. For example, you identify the setup for a quick buy position, then you begin to question the validity of the analysis, and you decide not to take the trade. Things are even worse when the price rises and reaches your target price in just a few minutes. Or you have been using a decent strategy and you start to doubt its effectiveness after a series of losses. As a result, you begin to experiment with other scalping methods and you abandon the strategy that was working for you. Your brain is a major problem when it comes to trading. It's not built to entertain uncertainty, randomness, and ambiguity. In fact, it evolved to avoid these conditions. Having a well-defined trading plan can help to provide a sense of consistency and control and reduce the sense of uncertainty. Keeping accurate records of your trades will also reduce self-doubt and will help you evaluate your own performance objectively. Now, if you're interested in learning more about scalping, you don't want to miss this video. and check out our Academy program if you want to further level up your trading. Until next time.